Hi, surviving alone is hard, but together, anything is possible. Co-op games aren't just about sharing the fun. They're about standing side by side with your friends through tense and thrilling moments. Whether it's the hell of dungeons, post-apocalyptic wastelands, high-tech bases, or flooded cities, teamwork turns every mission into a real adventure. Today, we've gathered the best co-op games for 4 or more players, from brutal shooters to survival odysseys. Age of Water. In a world where the land has nearly vanished beneath the waves, the survivors have become ocean drifters. Age of Water takes you on a post-apocalyptic journey where players build their own ships, explore sunken skyscrapers, and fight for precious resources. Co-op is the key to survival. It's easier to repel pirate attacks, capture food depots, and claim islands that can become your floating base. Joint expeditions let you dive deep in search of relics, upgrade your vessels, unlock new regions, and battle for control of the sea. Grounded 2. The second chapter in the adventures of tiny heroes throws players into an even more dangerous and detailed micro-world. You'll survive among blades of grass and flowers, build a base from natural materials, and ride friendly insects across the garden. Co-op gameplay lets you assign roles and choose between brute force or clever strategy, and every new day in this garden is a fight to stay alive. Up to 4 players can team up to battle aggressive bugs, spiders, and even venomous scorpions. You can raise insects for defense and travel, spin webs for fast movement, or dig tunnels to uncover vital resources. Killing Floor 3. In a world overrun by bioengineered monsters, a squad of 6 resistance fighters is humanity's last hope. Killing Floor 3 is a co-op action game that demands tight coordination. Each player picks a unique class, upgrades gear, and stands against endless waves of mutants. On arenas filled with traps and interactive elements, you'll need to keep moving, sync your attacks, and brace for the most terrifying creatures. The wave-based survival system keeps every fight intense. Between rounds, you've got just 90 seconds to hit the shop and prepare for the next onslaught. Win, and you earn experience and currency. Lose to a boss, and your entire run can be wiped out. On Nightmare difficulty, there's no room for error, 1 life, no backup, and only your squad to count on. Neon Abyss 2. A neon-drenched metropolis where danger pulses from every corner. In this co-op roguelike, up to 4 players battle techno-demons, cyber-ghosts, and twisted machines. The arsenal is just as wild as the enemies. Baseball bats, toxic plants, and even pet dragons that you can raise and evolve mid-run. The heart of the game is experimentation. Mix and match items and abilities in dozens of ways to create your own combat style. A new faith system lets you spend points on powerful artifacts or recruit Hatchmon allies. And even between fights, the pace never drops. Risk it all in minigames or kick back and go fishing. Cubic Odyssey. In this voxel sandbox, players embark on a massive co-op journey across a galaxy infected by strange mutations. Up to 4 players team up to explore unique planets, battle mutated wildlife and flora, and build everything from vehicles to colossal space bases. Co-op gameplay includes storming pirate outposts, crafting weapons, unlocking blueprints, and engaging in aerial space battles. Every planet is a new challenge and a blank canvas for creativity. Players can transform the environment entirely, building cities, establishing research labs, uncovering ancient secrets, and fighting powerful bosses. With hyperjumps, you can instantly travel between worlds, while upgrading your ship and character unlocks new ways to collaborate and thrive as a team. Sunderfolk. A turn-based role-playing adventure that brings up to 6 players together to save a magical world. Controlling heroes of various classes, the party ventures into dangerous expeditions, fights monsters, and gradually strengthens a hub village. the last safe zone on the map. Teamwork here means more than just strategy. Each player uses a mobile app as a gamepad, allowing synchronized attacks, resource sharing, and ability combos. Characters are customized with skill cards, artifacts, and unique gear, and after every quest, the group returns to the village to upgrade it and prepare for the next threat. Rise of the Ronin. This is a cooperative adventure where you become masterless samurai. Up to 4 players band together to explore historic cities like Edo, Kyoto, and Yokohama, take part in faction conflicts, and shape the destiny of a nation. Combat focuses on melee weapons, katanas, spears, and odachi, which can be combined with rare firearms from the era. The role-playing system revolves around diplomacy, player choices, and interactions with historical figures. Your group decides who to support and who to betray, forging a unique path through the story. Together, you'll not only fight epic battles, but meditate at the foot of Mount Fuji, enjoy cherry blossoms, and build a true brotherhood of the sword. Sniper Elite Resistance, a co-op survival twist on the Sniper classic, now with fresh mechanics. Up to 4 players join forces with the French resistance to infiltrate enemy territory, eliminate high-value targets, destroy infrastructure, and face waves of Nazi forces. Each mission demands coordinated tactics and precise shooting. The bullet physics simulate distance, wind, and even your character's breathing. The co-op mode fully showcases the power of teamwork. Players can share ammo, provide cover from multiple angles, and set up the perfect ambush. With realistic weapon customization, every sniper can create a loadout that fits their playstyle. No More Room in Hell 2. This co-op zombie shooter forces players to stick together, pushing through infected zones, scavenging weapons, ammo, and supplies, and racing to reach a research lab that may hold the cure. Every street and building is crawling with aggressive undead that won't forgive a single mistake. With scarce bullets and limited firepower, melee combat and improvisation are vital. Axes, molotovs, traps, and strategic teamwork become your lifeline. You're not just killing time in the apocalypse, you're fighting for survival in the bleakest conditions, where every round is a small battle for the future of humanity. Nuclear Nightmare. In a frozen wasteland on the brink of nuclear annihilation, 8 operatives fight to survive in this co-op horror experience. Their mission: clear out abandoned research labs, gather critical evidence, and reach the evacuation helicopter before a warhead wipes everything off the map. Harsh weather and a ticking clock turn every mission into a race against nature, monsters, and radiation. Players explore pitch-black corridors alongside a loyal husky, searching for weapons, flamethrowers, flares, and the life-saving vaccine to use at the last possible moment. With each mission, the monsters grow more lethal, and the escape routes more treacherous. MechWarrior 5. In this tactical mech warfare experience, up to 4 players take control of heavily armed machines and wage war across contested planets. For the first time in the series, there's a full story campaign where battles unfold not only in open terrain, but in destructible urban environments. Collapsing buildings and environmental hazards become tools of destruction if your team coordinates effectively. Each player pilots a mech with unique abilities, stats, and weapon systems. The balance between armor, speed, and firepower can turn the tide of battle. Mechs can be upgraded by swapping out mounts, engines, and weapons to better match your team's strategy. The Forever Winter. After a nuclear apocalypse, the world is locked in endless winter, and what's left of humanity is hunted by cybernetic predators. In this co-op shooter, up to 4 players venture into crumbling city ruins to scavenge scrap, craft gear, and fight for survival. Every mission demands a choice: sneak past enemies or go in guns blazing, and that depends on your class and the situation. Teamwork isn't just helpful, it's your only chance. Each hero brings unique skills that can be combined to neutralize hybrid threats. Ruthless corporations have sent out cyborg armies, and the more missions you complete, the more interest you attract. In this world, once they notice you, the hunt begins. the casting of Frank Stone. In this dark tale of a spectral killer, 5 players become the stars of an amateur horror movie that quickly spirals out of control. Designed for intense couch co-op, players take turns controlling different characters, shaping the story through their actions. At the heart of the game lies an abandoned steel mill, moral choices, object interactions, and a constant sense of looming terror. Every decision could be your last. Hesitation or curiosity may lead to deadly traps. Players share not just the story, but the outcome. One bad call could doom the entire town. Attentiveness, clue hunting, and confronting moral dilemmas become the key to survival. Dawn of Defiance. Up to 4 players journey to a mythical island, where, by the will of Sharon, they must prove their worth to survive. This co-op survival adventure unfolds in a setting inspired by ancient Greece, gathering resources, crafting tools, building amphitheaters, and preparing ships to explore neighboring islands. Starting with primitive tech, the team eventually earns access to legendary weapons and armor. The main goal is to overcome 12 Olympian trials, each demanding coordination, smart gear choices, and combat finesse. Players face mythological beasts like cyclopes and other monsters, and success depends on well-defined roles and balanced equipment. This isn't just survival, it's the heroic path of defiance against the gods themselves. The First Descendant. In this fast-paced co-op shooter, 4 players team up to battle towering bosses and protect the remnants of humanity. Each character is a unique warrior with their own abilities, combat style, and signature weapons. Players use grappling hooks to traverse arenas, pick tactical roles, and take on mutants whose strength and endurance demand precision and coordination. These bosses aren't just enemies, they're full-scale endurance challenges with weaknesses to exploit and deadly attack patterns. Co-op here thrives on team synergy. Some distract, others deal damage, while support players heal or boost the group. Defeated bosses drop valuable artifacts that enhance combat skills and unlock deeper layers of the game's lore. As the missions grow harder, so does the bond between teammates. Once Human. In this post-apocalyptic nightmare, survivors must unite against the threat of stardust, a mysterious substance that has warped the land, air, and even human minds, birthing monsters from another dimension. Players explore the wastelands, battle terrifying creatures, and make hard choices along the way. Co-op survival means building bases, defending camps from raids, and investigating lost settlements. Players discover blueprints to craft weapons, upgrade their characters, and interact with rival factions. The only real sanctuary is the core, a base you can expand with kitchens, garages, and automated defenses. But safety is never guaranteed. In PvP mode, other players can raid and claim your shelter. Foundry. 4 engineers land on an unexplored voxel planet with one mission: transform it into a massive industrial powerhouse. This cooperative game revolves around building automated factories, laying conveyor belts, connecting mines through pipelines, and designing complex systems to process mountains of raw resources into finished goods. Progress unfolds in stages, from learning basic tech to constructing gigantic plants and energy hubs. Engineers command robots, reshape the terrain, streamline logistics, and optimize power grids. Co-op play emphasizes role distribution. One team member handles mining, another transportation, and others manage assembly or expansion. Lens Island. On a mysterious archipelago, a new journey begins for 8 survivors who must build a base, master crafting, and face the horrors lurking below. This co-op survival game blends exploration, construction, and dungeon crawling. Players can grow farms, forge weapons, build cozy homes, and erect defensive towers, all shaped by gathered materials and team creativity. Every full moon, the base comes under siege, so preparing defenses and stocking weapons is crucial. Venturing into the dungeons reveals ancient bosses guarding relics and hidden treasures. Together, players won't just survive, they'll build a thriving settlement in a wild and dangerous world. Gray Zone Warfare. Set on a mysterious, conflict-ridden island, this tactical shooter drops players into the boots of a mercenary squad fighting for dominance. In Gray Zone Warfare, real players band together to seize strategic locations, explore abandoned villages, and engage in deadly skirmishes with rival factions. Every mission demands flawless teamwork. Injuries and losses can lead to total failure. Co-op raids feature vehicles like helicopters and armored trucks, while realistic ballistics force players to think through every engagement. Squad tactics, smart role distribution, and careful gear management are the keys to survival. In this world, one mistake could cost the entire operation. From a world trapped in eternal winter to cities overrun by cyborgs, co-op games continue to prove that, together, we can face anything. Be it zombies, towering bosses, or time itself, nothing is too big when you've got a team. Each of these games brings challenges, emotions, and unforgettable stories, forged side by side with your squad. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoy the vibe of our channel and appreciate what we do, consider becoming a sponsor. It helps us grow, and you'll get some awesome perks as a thank you. The Image Game channel was with you. Have a nice day.